welcome to a surprise wire wrapping live stream. Shouldn't be too much of a surprise for some of you. I did say I would do my best to get a live stream up today. I have no freaking idea what I'm planning to do, besides show you some pretty things as I start off. I love these globes. Made by a friend of mine over at Blue Flame Glass. I do believe they are... I follow them on Instagram if you are interested. I would love to just do something. I don't even know. I just love their work. And he's a really good person on top of being an amazingly talented artist. But like, I asked him for stars falling into black holes and he nailed it. I figured I needed a new picture, and I have all these beautiful little specimens of tourmaline and topaz. Yeah, Matt. Hey, Lindy. You know Matt. He was at the winter market. He does the, I'm sure you've seen these. He does such amazing glass work. Lindy, I transformed one of my, that extra room that I used to have a roommate living in. Now I just have a place for me and the cat to hang out whenever. If I'm gonna have a lit hutch, I might as well. I'm not good at this. This whole, like, having a room that's, you know, a room. It feels weird to me. How are you doing, Lindy? Nope. Bad. Sorry, I'm trying to get to my stream so I can see chat better. There we go. Nailed it. Hold two at once. What do you mean rotate? Oh, I hate when this happens. You know, it don't matter. I've got it figured out anyway. Why am I coming over here? I have no need to come over here. Oh. Oh. Damn. I so want to make something like that someday. I may not be ready to do that, but it does kind of look like a jewelry store or shop. I got my hands on a 1.5 carat Montana sapphire, and I've been collecting up a small little parcel of them for a while now. I keep thinking it would make a cool dove or something. Hey Josh, how you doing? Let's see here, get myself a little organized. I'm doing good. Getting myself set up for a little bit of a live stream. I gotta clean this desk off again here soon. I said I would try to do a live stream today just to, like hang out a little bit. If I could get my body to cooperate, and it was on the line, but I figured I could still make it happen anyway. Some things I've been polishing up recently. It's coming along, although I can't believe I'm saying this. I can't make the low budget machine work well enough for me to be happy with it. I can do okay with it. Like, I definitely could be doing worse in what I've been cutting. This turned out all right, but I don't know. That machine has had so many issues that I can't find a way to fix with the technology that's easily accessible to me, that I don't know if it's actually gonna work or not, unfortunately, which makes me sad. I'm still kind of messing with it anyway, because I do enjoy it, but I don't have a lot of time to play around, unfortunately, and that's almost what it feels like I'm doing when I do work with it. Which, like, that is the first time I've said that about any of the cheap tools. That setup works amazing. I have no complaints, besides them needing to do a little better on their instructions, but, big deal. The engraver, the microscope, the cheap bench grinder flex shaft, I can do some really good, amazing work with it. But the faceting machine it requires precision. It works great as a flat lap, I have to say. That has been going well, but for instance, actually most of these that I've been polishing myself, I did with that. I don't know that the cabbing machine would be a bad investment to get, really, from them. Most of their machines work just fine. For a faceting machine, and here, I can explain this a lot easier if I just go to the faceting machine. So, I had to rig it to get kind of precision on finding two angles for each part of the stone, the table and the pavilion. Most cut designs have 3, 4, or 5 little layers on that part. On top of that, it has too much give, maybe 1/4 to 1/2 a degree of give in each of, actually more like a degree or 2 of give in, any direction when you're working with it. And I know that's not a lot, but when you're talking little tiny facets, these little inconsistencies start to add up. It's a great hobby machine. It's fun to play with. I can't recommend it for much past that, though. Yeah, it needs to have 0 play. And this, I've noticed, even you can't get precision with, because especially with it being analog. But you're using that to get your angle. It's just not perfect enough. I'm really happy I got it. I really am. I learned a lot. If I were to get my hands on a decent machine, I would jump ahead so far. Hey Ken, sorry, I can't really see chat at the moment, guys. I'll go back to my other, where I've got the chat. But I just can't get it to work for faceting, especially when we're talking like pieces of rough that are worth a couple $100, and then when I'm done with them, I'm getting a $30 stone after 6 hours. It's just not worth it. I've had to force myself to step away from it. I really do enjoy it, but I don't have the time to play. Nope. There is no way to tighten it up with the way it's designed. It's because of the way their gears lock in. It is what it is. It's unfortunate, but and in little inconsistencies like that in making jewelry you can get away with, on a gemstone you can't. And there may be a way to tighten that up. It's just, it would cost me so much time and energy to fix this machine up. I'd be better off just buying an Ultratech. Or, a Facetron or something like that. So I figured I would not waste time on that, and instead go back to making jewelry and hope I can save up enough money to afford a better machine. Oh, that's cool. I imagine that'll be more and more rare as time progresses, since I'm not selling locally anymore. I did have, oddly, somebody got a hold of me. They had a card of mine that they got a hold of from someone who had made a purchase. First time this has ever happened in, years of selling. And yeah, they got a hold of me and, had me come show them what I make, and bought something. I was stoked about that. That was pretty cool. I'm not so much tight on time. I just don't have enough time to do, to make the changes that need to be made to it. I'm having to keep the house paid by myself. it's a lot of struggle. Gotta just keep moving on. We spent a couple weeks working on this piece. I figure I might as well keep that going. Let's see here. Keep working on this beautiful little piece of engineering. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ken, that helps me a lot, actually. I should let a couple others know real quick that live and there we go. With it being a random stream, I guess I could text Iris. That would be nice of me. That way she doesn't come in. Sorry I'm late. She is so awesome. I love Iris. She's the best. Hey, buddy. Thank you for being amazing. 2 months, man. I'm slowly watching those numbers tick up. That's kind of cool to see, guys. I appreciate. It's just hard to put into words how much I appreciate people becoming members of the channel. I got to do another giveaway here soon. I promise. I've got one of them. I just need one more piece put together. I'll probably just pull one randomly from my stockpile so I can do another pair of giveaways here, because I appreciate all of you giving me a little bit of passive income like that. The struggle is real and every little bit helps. I wonder how far I am from, it basically means that people are being super kind and giving the YouTube channel money. Google keeps 30% of it. Every month, if my account has reached $100 or more, they will cut me a check, or not a check, they'll deposit said money into my bank account. So you'll see there might be a join button if you're subscribed, and should you click that, there's certain levels just for people to support. As a thank you, I've been doing small little giveaways, and I think I've got an idea for a big one, actually. for some of the... I'm just trying to figure out how to make that one work economically, because I'm thinking of putting up like a $400 piece or something like that, and yeah. Whoa, thank you, buddy, I appreciate that. I wonder how close I am to ad rev. I want to see. Okay, we're plugged in. I won't make the same mistake I made last time. Alrighty. Oh, actually, so yeah, I've hit the minimum for this month. That'll be the second time. And then, wow. Guys, when in the beginning of this year, this bottom was at 99% of the way because of that one short last year about this time I had that got 9.9 million views. However, this watch time bar was down here. I would much rather my public watch time be going up than the views, because that tells me people are getting something out of the channel, and that means so much more than the algorithm just randomly threw my channel at a bunch of to a bunch of people. Yeah, Google keeps 30%, which is a lot, but at the same time, they're keeping 30% of $100 that I wouldn't have gotten otherwise. So I'm not going to complain. Hey, Rufo. It seemed like it was a bad deal before I set it up, and I kind of avoided setting it up because of that. But as it's progressed, I can't deny it. It's worth them keeping their 30%. Because it's helping. Yeah, I agree. PayPal keeps less of it, but money is money, and that's, money income I wasn't getting beforehand. And with my living situation and medical condition, money I desperately need. I know, guys. I hate making it about money, too. If that ever gets to the point where it's just bringing in enough money to, pay the bills, I'm just fucking crafting all day. We'll have fun with it at that point. It's debatable, but to be honest, Lindy, I only had a couple people who ever actually sent money through PayPal or Venmo, but actually I don't have Venmo, but through PayPal before. And most of them were people who were buying things. And then they would tip something extra. They weren't so much there's Will and Jesse and Joseph definitely have been huge supporters of the channel off YouTube, but other than that, I had never gotten a tip before. And I had put up tip buttons, or not tip, but links to my PayPal on every stream I did, and no one ever clicked that link. So I gotta say, it feels worth it. Yellow zircon. Hello, Andreas. And, I don't know. Is my answer to that? I'll be right back. I'll grab what I might have. I'm still on the fence about this one. So I got these in a JTV, one of their little multi-packs. And that multi-pack had a lot of zircon in it. And usually how to explain this, their multi-packs sometimes are themed. And so it seemed like it was a themed one. However, I am struggling to identify whether this is zircon, sphene, or sphalerite. It could be absolutely be zircon. And they're really pretty. I'm actually looking forward to using some of them. They are definitely natural. I just need to get myself some time to metamix, you know, I don't know. I am unfamiliar with that term. I'm going to screenshot it so I can research after the, I don't have a Geiger counter. Lindy, zircon is also super soft, and I'm not scratching gemstones. I'll have to do some research on that. That's really interesting. Really? That is super neat. Thank you for the lesson. I really appreciate that. I love learning new things about gemology, and that's something I did not know before. I'll have to do some more research and find out. They're not UV reactive. I've checked that. I wish I had a legit gemology scope. All I have is my stone setting scope, which gives me about 45x. It's a neat one to learn. Thank you. Opal guy, I feel that 100%. Or, well, no. It's not the reason I am the way I am. It's the reason I was the way I was. Wasing the knot of wanting this. Wanting the knot of having it. I will do some research and look into those stones here this week, and if I can, I'll put out a video on it. That's super interesting. I have a feeling some of my rock nerds would love that. I wish I had a Geiger counter if that would work, because I would I believe they call that occlusion, but I could be. Let's just say literary is definitely not my strong point. It depends. I don't know much about like particle physics. Heck, even though I took physics classes in the last 2 years and astro classes, I'm definitely not, like, I would still say I'm at like low level understanding of these things. Opal guy, there are easier ways to build a collection of that. Whoops. I need to drill holes here and here. I swear I'm going to. Because it's like I need an extra inch, perhaps, of wire. I don't need an extra 2-3 inches of wire. Doesn't give me enough choice. For the wire to stick through, it always seems like I just need a little extra, to secure the wire in place on the spool. It always seems like I need just a little bit extra. I really do prefer a lot of the thinner wires with how much I use in wrapping. I prefer the spools. They just make it easy. Oh, nice. Andreas, do you make the jewelry yourself? Because even if I don't have, you do? Okay. I was going to say, if I don't have the yellow zircon, I can source it for custom projects, but I'll try to put up a video on what I figure out about those stones, because I've been really interested. Part of me wonders if they're Sphene, but the other part of me is like, I doubt that. Right on, Rufo. It's always fun to do like a simple wrap like this one. Like, sometimes I just need to take a breath and not get overly complex about a pendant. Heck, once in a while, I don't have any of the other ones. What? Oh, that's an interesting thing to know. I'll have to take a better look under my microscope at those. I always love learning more about gemology. Thank you, Josh. I think that very well might be zircon then. I'll have to get a better look at it, but I do have a Viver microscope, yes. And I stand by that microscope 100%. I believe there's a link for it in the uh, down below. I've thought about upgrading. Viver doesn't make one, unfortunately, but I want a trinocular scope so that I can record me doing stone setting. Someday. I want to get some Pariba someday, but it's out of my price range. It is one of the better investments I've gotten for making jewelry, for sure. I've learned to do more advanced stone setting. Oh, that would be. Yeah, I know what you mean there. Indeed, Lindy. Although I have had access to Pariba for several months now, I just haven't been able to take the financial risk to buy it. I can't drop that much money on stones that. Because they want me to buy 10 at a time to get it under like 300 a carat, 10 carats at a time. And I'm like, so what, you think I just got like $3,000 sitting in my bank account that I can spend on anything other than rent? Best I can afford 2 stones. Tiny ones. I've kind of made my investments for the summer, I think, on stones or big stones. That makes sense. I was really blessed to be disabled. Um, in this regard, I know that probably sounds odd, but it did give me the ability to have some income while I started all of this. Damn, that bird is loud. Did you hear that thing? No, you're passed out. Expect nothing less. Whew. When I started this, I had no upfront capital. I just needed to have my rent paid. I was lucky. I was on Social Security, and I had just gotten into sober living off the streets. I'd spent, decades being homeless, or a decade being homeless and in and out of jail, and anytime I'd get a place, I'd lose it. Got into sober living, and I picked this up as a hobby, and I just started selling stuff to make back the money for supplies to learn for free, and while I did that, I grew. Yes. But I bought it all one at a time. It was piece by piece. Let's see here. 2 years ago, for my birthday, I got that and the engraver. 3 years ago, I picked myself up this and some, propane torches and a creme brulee torch. Somewhere in between those, I got a cheap knockoff micro or little torch. This is one of the Chinese ones. Make sure you get I don't think it matters if it's the cheap knockoff or the real one. Get the flashback protectors. Harbor Freight. Actually, these are the real investment. I think that wheel's worth about as much as any of my tools. Last year, for my birthday, one of the channel members was super kind and got me the casting system for my birthday, and then I picked up that to make it work better. I'm in the US. Oh, no, the oxypropane torch? Yeah, it's just an acetylene oxygen torch with flashback protectors, and then you can buy one of these for $50 off of Amazon. And this works amazing. $50 if you've got that set up in your garage, you've got a huge step ahead. Acetylene is what I'm using. However, to my knowledge, it will also work for propane. I've been told it'll work for propane. Nice, Lindy. How thin is the blade for that trim saw, just out of curiosity? I'm considering cutting that piece of boulder opal that I have into 3 slabs. But I'm like, do I really want to waste that much? Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, then you're well on your way to the soldering part then. The little torch is all you really need. If I'm doing a bigger project, I will get my solder and flux into place, and I'll use this to provide heating to everything, and then the oxyacetylene in the spots I need to get it to solder together. Interesting. I hope you have a blast with it. Those things are, it's always fun getting new tools. Especially nice tools like something like that. Center. Andreas, I was doing the same thing when I started, and then Lindy actually at a farmer's market explained to me the difference with how solder works. That helped so much. You remember that conversation, Lindy? It's a long time ago, it feels like. Let's see here. I was so new to it all. I use 4 types of solder from hard to extra easy so that I can get away with some more advanced looking designs. Because some of my projects have like 20 soldering operations. It gets kind of insane on some of them. It makes it more and more fun. My last blue ones. Where'd they go? I don't know anymore. All this, ever since you gave me that sample of this flux, I've had no problems. That mighty flux is amazing. That's the best way to learn, Andreas. I can't claim that anymore, but that's been my philosophy towards learning and growing in this journey, is trying new things as often as possible. Although it's made it a little difficult lately because I feel like I'm running out of new things I can do in my price range. I could have swore I saw Will, but... Will! Hello! I apologize for not... I got distracted there. I wanted to say hello, and how are you today? I could have swore I saw... I was gonna say, I could have swore I saw you. How are you doing, buddy? Lurking? Oh, all sorts. Actually, I started out the video showing... So these are some Montana sapphires that and diamonds that I've been collecting up for some time. I've got a few more Montana sapphires here. My lighting here is not good for showing off gems. Iris! Hey, yo! But this one in the center is 1.5 carats. And then the one at the top is like 60 points. I also do I've faceted a few of my sapphires. I've got a couple in reach right now. Let's see. These 2 I faceted. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it took me some time to find good sourcing. It takes some time to get them in, but they're not bad. I'm happy with them. I've gotten some pink spinels from those people too. Oh yeah, they are teeny. I would say, let's see here, because I was testing buying pink sapphires and rubies. Some of them are a little more pastel. Really good, Lindy. I mean, not great on some of them. Like these, I noticed like 90% of them have windowing to a point, but I'm planning a project with some pinks, some like, well, actually, here. With these pink sapphires, I'll show you, or you can, Lindy, you can drop by and come look if you want to at your convenience. Just send me a text. Montana. Not too far away from the Rock Creek mine, actually. Oh, shit. Thank you, Iris. Also, Will, happy Father's Day and all the other dads. Give me one moment, please, because I will forget if I don't do this. Grandpa. I'll have to call him after the stream. But you know where I live, Lindy. Ah. Yeah, I'm in the Missoula area. My normal live streams, I've got my Saturday streams. The one I did yesterday has my email pinned in it. You're welcome to shoot me an email. I don't mind touching base with people. I totally can understand, Lindy. Yeah, markets are rough. I'm kind of glad I ended up taking the path I did, because I don't think my body could have handled doing it another year. I probably would have had to drop out anyway. Like, I can just tell my hip is getting a bit worse. Congratulations. I usually just scalp them myself, since they, pretty much ignore me every year. I usually join Tom on that one, because yeah, I'm not a big fan of the people who run that particular festival. Every time I've talked with them, they've been super condescending and rude. Really? Meh. Congratulations. I know we set up in, like, it's not a good spot to be setting up, and it usually does pretty well, so I imagine you will do really well there, Lindy. So congratulations for getting in. That's a big one. It's kind of a fun one too, really. I'm just not a big fan of the people the people I've had interactions with who are operating it. Hell, that one time the first time was my first year. I walked in to ask them if they had any spots that the people didn't show up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we've got like 10 open spots, but no, we're not, no." Okay. Like, I was offering them like more than they were asking for the spots in the first place, too. It's it's a fun one too. We usually set up next to the rhino. In the alley. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to rent the alley one of these years to stop that. I kind of just shrugged that one off and decided, like, I would put in an application on the next year. And then they kind of did what I've had happen on several of the others, where they just don't even respond to my application. And then Tom was like, "Hey, you want to come set up with me?" And I'm like, yeah, bro. I like vending with him. He's a character. Like, they came up to him when we were doing that and threatened to call the cops on Tom, and Tom said, "Oh, I'll do that for you," and called one over. Yeah, the fur guy. I was so nervous too, and he's like, "Oh yeah, no, I'll do that for you," and like goes and waves one down. And then had the cops explain to him how they were wrong. I was like, dude, you are brave. Sometimes you just need that belligerent dude in your party. I swear. We got a little infinite screen down at the corner, I notice. Two. Oh, come on now, stomach. It's not even 5 o'clock. It is way too early in the day for you to be doing that. We haven't had breakfast today. It ain't plain fair. No, 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 no. Thank you. Bit of a struggle when you're trying to wrap. There you go. it has it has a crown next to my name on my old phone. This particular one is a boulder opal that I polished, and then some tanzanites. And it's pretty much that's the stones I'm working with on it. I don't think I'll do any others. This one's just kind of meant to be a more simple wrap that, something done in under 10 hours, hopefully. I thought so, because the only color that came through in the boulder opal is a really pretty blue. Nice upside. Milk crates and buckets. I swear that you can do so much. People often underlook what you can do with things other people throw away. Actually, that reminds me, I probably should be doing some material resourcing here soon. Yeah, it's my setup in here isn't very good for showing off stones. It's more geared for being able to show what I'm doing. The best I can, at least. Let's see here. I might put some stone right there, but that'll be in the touch-up phase, if I do. Trust the process, trust the count. Will do my best. Zircon is a difficult one just because I don't know. I don't have enough of the right tools to do testing yet. I can do some, like, of course I can get an RI count and, I can figure out something like this is a blue zircon, but the yellow ones start messing with me. That's an extra gov box. Nice. Ingenuity. A 3 carat plus spinel. That would I mean, be possible maybe, but I bet it would not be cheap. You start getting into that size on stones in, being cleanish, as you say, they can start getting a little dumb. Oh, pink spinel? I've got a couple 1 carat spinels, but and like pink spinel ish, pinkish, pink area. They're just not. They always got some sort of flaw or another. That or they're extremely expensive, and I can't afford those. I didn't know that you could do that with tires. Definitely not my area of expertise, though. I've only owned 1 car in my life, and I've never even had a driver's license. My hip doesn't really work for biking. Mmm. Yeah, I understand that completely. I mean, I don't necessarily stick to a single stone type myself, but like, I've got 10 decent little pink spinels. These actually are fairly well cut. Um, and I'm kind of thinking the same thing. I would like a good 1 or 2 carat stone for the center. But like, those are such good melees that I'd almost want it to be a well cut brilliant or something. Huh. Hey, Will, did you see the earlier when I showed the watch time, how close it is to the 4,000 mark? Right? Remember we were like back there earlier this year? I think we were about 1,000 to 1,200 in. Slowly but surely, it's coming along. Alright, I'm gonna have to straighten my wire. Well, I've never seen a purple in like a Asher cut. That would be really cool. Indeed, and the persistence of many of the fans too, sticking with it for so long, believing in me and the channel really means a lot. Even though like the ad revenue won't be a lot, most likely. I might get surprised on that. Huh. Interesting. I didn't know that either. Then again, I'm kind of early in my lapidary part of the journey. I'm still experimenting with cutting, and that's not easy to do with the machine I have. This pendant is coming along well. Montana sapphires, Mexican fire opal. I've done a little bit of amethyst. Mostly Montana sapphires because I can get them fairly cheap. Also, I've been playing with some Lumo garnets too. Which is a type of synthetic, but it does some really cool things for people in the club. Lutetium aluminum garnet. I think I showed one that I cut a little earlier. Let's see, do I see it? I don't. Don't know what I did with it though. Yeah, although you'll normally see it in the US as this. But yeah, Lumo garnets. Normally I do too, but I gotta say, the Luag looks really, really cool in ultraviolet light. I've actually been trying to see if I can't source a bunch of lab diamonds that are all highly fluorescent, or that all have high blue fluorescence to go with it. It would look really, really, really cool. Oh, you didn't. Why would you do that? Unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. Sometimes wire breaks on you, though. I grumble about it, but it's a fairly common thing to happen when you're wire wrapping. I'm kind of like my cat. I just grumble when I don't get my way. Or maybe he's like me. Sorry about that. My wire broke. Yeah, especially in thin wire, because you can't just anneal it. It'll often melt. Had that issue. I've tried. Does not work. Did not work. Myself a little bit more wire back here. Yank on that a little bit. Upside, where, roughly speaking, in the world are you? Yeah, I don't have an oven that reaches the high heat necessary for that. Oh, okay. Yeah, you probably, there's aquamarine, there's benitoite. I actually got blessed to see the largest piece I've ever seen. A kind follower that I was chatting to showed me one that she dug and had cut. It was like VS quality, and it had to be 70 points. Like, as big as that pink sapphire there. I was shocked. Like, that's crazy. Nope, I don't have a burnout kiln yet. I still just have the blast furnace. Rubellite tourmaline. Yeah, getting some Cali tourmaline sticks would be really cool. Finding a good supplier for tourmaline that was reliable and didn't cost an arm and a leg would be awesome too. Grumble, grumble. Calgary? I'm trying to think. I do believe y'all have. I don't know what. I'm thinking way too generally, actually. I'm just thinking what's in Canada, and that's like somebody telling someone in, New York to go, or California, that they've got sapphires nearby. with an oasis. Man, if I could do the off-grid thing right now, I probably would give it a shot. But currently, that is not in the cards for me. Still a sand pit. Okay, that makes sense. What's underneath the sand? Crazy question, I know. But my brain can't help but ask it. Oh. Oh. Ah. Yes. Now I understand, I believe. Indeed. Thank you, Iris. It's definitely coming along, that's for sure. I'm curious to see how the final project will look and be received. Did you just say something about a stone that's on my top 10 list? I think you did. See, like I said, I don't know about Canada, or like, I just know all of Canada, but Amylite is one of the best awesome stones out there. In my opinion, I think it's beautiful, and I would, oh. I used to live near that area. It's possible. I don't know many people who make much money doing it, except for that one dude that I met who has a bar of gold that's bigger than my hand. That's all been collected around here. I don't know how he did that. I actually don't know that I truly believe him when he says that he found it all metal detecting and the guy's like 20. Like, that seems a little. Oh, wow. I Iris, we're talking like most people are lucky to find. I was gonna say, I've got a container. Like, this would be a massive find for the people I know who go do it. Finding like that much would be a massive find in several months. This dude had like a freaking kilo bar. More like 500 grams, I'm gonna guess, but it was a giant bar, and he claims that he'd found all that in the span of a couple years. I I don't know. Uh, One of his family members who owns a high-end jewelry gallery in town sets Montana sapphires in it, and sells the jewelry for exorbitant prices because it was all sourced in Montana by them, supposedly. It's possible. It's very possible that he might have had a really good luck find. I just I I don't know that I struggle to believe it. I I would not. I don't I don't know, Andreas. I doubt it. Honestly, they normally don't care. They don't do a very good job protecting the environment here, especially when, somebody hands. Do a little research into our history of our Public Service Commission, and you might see what I mean. It's a little corrupt. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm debating that still. I would like to get a good faceting machine, but it's so far out of my price range that I don't think I can afford to. I'm considering getting a press or working on getting some sort of automated system going. I feel like that would be a better investment for me. Um I might get a cabbing machine at some point. It's really hard to say. So much. I have a fairly nice lawn, that I do. Um like I said, shoot me an email. We'll chat. I honestly, I could use somebody just listing pieces on my Etsy. I ain't got time to take pictures, and I really suck at pop product descriptions. I'm too critical of my own work. Dude! Are you fucking serious? God damn it, cat. Really? You're going to the bathroom now. Puke all over my bed. You alright? Well, you shouldn't have eaten grass. Come on, I know you're not feeling well. You're okay. You just go in here. Yeah, good boy. I know. I can see. Jesus. Fucking cat. Oh well. Hey, get out from under there. Come here. You're okay. Hi guys, come on. I know you don't feel good, but you ate grass. I know. You're gonna stay in here though. You've got linoleum floors and you can't fuck it up. Okay? Yeah, I know. So you stay in here. I'm not gonna make you take a shower because you puked. Jesus. Good boy. Fucking cats. Okay. Oh, he just threw up. He's a street cat that walked into my house one day when I was living in sober living, and he decided he was going to stay there. And then when they told me that they were going to bulldoze the house, all over my bed too, you little motherfucker. Ah. Thankfully, it's all on one blanket. Okay. There, I'll deal with that here in a bit. I mean, he's a cat. Aw. Yeah, mine's just an alley cat. Who likes to eat grass and then thinks he's in trouble because he gets sick hours later. And all he knows is he doesn't feel good, so he thinks I'm mad at him or something. I'm like, dude, you don't even get punished anymore unless you're like, you gotta go out of your way to be a bastard before you get a bath. Hasn't happened in a year now. Hey, Rockin'. It's actually not looking too bad at all. He is trying really hard to get in underneath that sink, though. He is not succeeding. There's no fucking way. I put a 40-pound thing of kitty litter in front of it. It's not possible. Hey. No. What are you doing? Get back. Yeah, girl. Good boy. Chill. There. That'll make it easier for you, I promise. I wouldn't lie to you. Okay, I might lie. He doesn't understand what I'm saying anyway, so it's okay. That actually makes sense, depending on what constructs them. Oh no, he's just wanting to hide underneath the sink. And I don't want him to throw up under there because it's really difficult for me to get under there. Hence why he's in a room with linoleum. I think he just finally accepted that he's not moving that giant bucket. Or he successfully moved the giant bucket, one of the two. He realized he's not moving it. He's gotten smarter than that, too, because I caught him throwing up in his kitty box on purpose a while back when he was sick. I was really proud of him. I was like, you are such a good boy. Thank you. But now the poor thing's like, I don't get it. What did I do? I just threw up all over your bed. It's not my fault. Right on. It would be nice if I could get this one to understand or to just stop eating grass, but I don't quite think the stop eating grass is in the cards. He may be smarter than I'm giving him credit for, but I try to be careful and not expect him to be at a human level intelligence, because I don't know how fair that is to him. Meow Meow eats grass just to eat grass and throw up. Like, he will do it every day, all day, if he can. And I don't understand it. But I don't think how he's been doing it is healthy. Otherwise, I wouldn't have an issue with it. Like, once in a while wouldn't bother me. But it's getting to the point where he does it every time I let him outside, which is several times a day. And that's getting a little, worrisome. And slightly annoying, because I can't really bend down like that to clean that up. I'll have to find one that's more healthy for him. Hi, Daniel. Welcome. Let's see here. Because I can kind of tell that this isn't the way he's going about it isn't healthy. Perhaps the grass we have isn't the right type. Or it could have some toxins in it for all I know. Ow, fuck, that hurt. Delightful. Delightful. Alright, sometimes a wire does not want to cooperate. This is okay, because I can make it cooperate. I bet so. A pet squirrel, that's adorable. That is their nature for sure. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is And then I get the two wires nice and close and cozy with each other. And I tie them together. With another piece of wire, which is a piece of 24 gauge half round. Super useful when you need to get something with some that's sturdy into a tight place. It will do the job. Oh, I'm glad. The few tutorials that I actually have up, I put a lot of effort into. I really wish that I could had enough time to do more of them. I wonder if there's a way to make, like... I wonder if I can crowdsource funding for that. Because it wouldn't be that bad if... It's not a bad idea. Actually, who knows? With the way memberships and all that's going, it could just end up happening more organically. It would be nice. Because I would greatly enjoy getting to do some better quality tutorials. I've had my fundamentals of wire wrap series in my head. Heck, I've even have an outline for it. But it takes like 10 or 15 hours per video on one of those. Hmm. Okay. I think that's acceptable. It won't. And if anyone's wondering what I was just doing, I was making sure all this is put together solidly. Guys, Friday we might be starting a new project then, it looks like. Because I think this one, I was only going to stream for 2 hours and we're already past that, but I kind of might push forward to at least finish the wrapping on this. There's no way I'm actually going to polish it in a live stream because that would just be boring. And and I can't pay attention to chat while I'm polishing. Will, that is not true. We are not that old. Okay, I guess maybe. I mean, I guess I already need a cane to walk, so perhaps I am a little old. Got my feelings hurt there. I'd have never guessed that, Lindy. I'd have actually pegged you closer to the 65. You're welcome. But yeah, seriously, I would have guessed closer to like my mom's generation. As long as it doesn't get pushed back anymore. See, I should have been. I just got a bad dice roll, I'm pretty sure. Between whatever happened with my hip and... Oh, that's actually really the only complaint I have. And this is why when I get done with wires, I don't just immediately clip them off. When you do that, your backs they just don't look right to me. So I always leave them so that I've got extra wire that's already tied in that I can work with and oh, trust me, Lindy, I know. I have a rule where I don't talk about politics because of that. And I fail all the time. Whenever I do, I blame it on Will. Yee. That does not sound pleasant, Joseph. Bastard. You absolutely do know how to do so. Quite good at it, too. I think I've seen you do it in as little as 3 words before. Actually, I'm pretty sure you can do it in 2. Just have to point towards a certain family that owns a pharmaceutical company. It wouldn't shock me. However, I almost feel like you would have I'm not going to challenge you, of course, but I'll have to find out after the stream. And he's a mod. I believe strongly in that, though. Proper communities take all types and all think, different styles of thinking. I trust you. I trust you. Iris can't always be here. And I don't pay attention at all times because I'm often busy doing something. I need to make sure there's somebody that I, especially back then when I did elevate you, I needed to make sure that I would, have somebody if Iris wasn't here. To kick out bots and stuff. No doubt. You're good, Iris. That seems in line with what our channel's about. To agree upon things or to argue about them? Sometimes for the sake of argument. God, you would probably get along well with Tom. We were talking about him a little earlier. I think he would like you too. True. The important thing is to focus on the things we can agree on. And sometimes to challenge our own beliefs. Of course, Iris, it takes less self-control. That has been one of the hardest lessons I've learned in the last few years. I kind of learned it by being forced to, but sometimes it's better just to shut up even if the person's wrong. I've had to deal with that far too much in the system. Anklets are trending, huh? What type of anklets? Are we talking the like friendship bracelet type or like solid metal ones? Can you send me a text to show me what you're talking about there, Iris? I'm interested. It's trending. Let's make one for the channel and utilize said trend. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I'm interested now. Have to look and see how Google's analytics are looking at it. I don't even know how to go about doing that, but no doubt. I guess I could get away with wearing one year round, though, Lindy. Upside chains are expensive. I have actually done that in the past, and it's just it takes the profit out of it when you're throwing in a free sterling chain with every purchase, unless said purchases are like over $500-600, and even then sometimes depending on the project. I'm not surprised they don't get any attention up here, Lindy. I'm really not. But I could see them being more popular in coastal areas. Which is why I'm actually considering it, because my reach is less Missoula and more all over the place. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me up here. Like I kind of joked before the um or about it, like I could wear it year round up here, but other than me, most people would probably only wear an anklet for a short time period up here. 2-3 months perhaps, maybe 5 on a really good year. Upside. I've noticed that people struggle to afford the work in the first place. Throwing an extra $100 for a chain on top of it will usually the deal before it begins. It's one reason why chains are optional on most of my pieces, and if somebody wants one, like I'll ask them if they want one, but it's got to be a big piece before I'm tossing it in for free. Montana? I think I'm the only person I know who wears sandals year round up here. And that's because my feet literally can't feel the cold unless I've been out in it far too long. Yeah, I haven't worn shorts in a bit. Well, this year. I was wearing shorts pretty much all the time, but then I think my leg circulation went bad or something. I don't even know. But now I wear like pajama bottoms. Call it good. Hmm. Alright, I'm gonna want to do a deep circle. Pop up there. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I I'm not too surprised, Lindy. It was something I noticed too. Plus, at a certain point, like You just can't afford a sterling silver necklace for every pendant you make. Like you'd end up having enough money to retire just in silver. You could just sell all the chains at scrap at some point and call it good. Do I recognize that anime? I probably should. But I don't off the top of my head. No, not even, yeah, I know. I totally know what you mean there. Heck, not even when I buy the chains for the price of scrap and then just put a polish on them, which is kind of common for me. Like the chains I showed off in the hutch at the beginning, how I got those. I paid just like a little bit over spot for them. And then, boom, I got some chains. Definitely ain't worth making them by hand for them. At least from my experience, it's not. Okay. Thank you, Iris. Do you know the numbers, like the analytical numbers behind how it's trending, by the way? Just out of curiosity, or what tags are trending the most for it? So should I do so, I can get it to you know, take advantage of the algorithm to the best of my ability. I gotta get a melting coin video up here soon. 'Cause why not? Yeah. Yeah, that's looking all right. Yeah. I totally know what you mean there, Lindy. it is kind of neat to make them by hand, but at the same time, like, no one wants to pay that for a sterling silver chain. Alrighty. Almost done. Ah. Really? How many of these are Temu? I swear. Wait, how much is that per video one? I wonder if I made that, but like actually used real gems instead of CZ, if it would be worth doing or not. It's a neat one. That's also a pretty one for sure. Some nice Larimar in that. Nice finds, Iris. Hmm. $6 o'clock. Let's see. Almost got time. I've got to run to the Albertsons here soon, so once I get these last 3 wires tied down, that'll be the end of the stream, but it only took us 3 streams, so yeah. Possibly under 9 hours. Actually, I think under 8 hours, because I don't think any of them, this one's getting close to 3 hours. I don't think last night got Friday got too much past 3 hours. If it even broke 3 hours. Let's see. Give me. Maybe? No? Perhaps? Just work with me, please. Yeah. One of these days I'm going to do a video on making a Cuban link, because it's like it's a requisite if you're going to be a YouTube jeweler. You have to do a Cuban link. Oh, that sounds kind of cool. You'll have to show me that when you get that one done, Lindy. Okay. Alright, and I'll start planning for what the wrap will start next weekend or next Friday. I think we'll start doing this type of thing where I'll just have projects that we do every week, and I'll set them aside between live streams so that, it doesn't go from like frame to 90% done, or frame to 50% done, do another stream and get another 10% of the way, and then suddenly there's a short showing the finished piece. Try to avoid doing that again. Huh. The prices of gold, I shouldn't be surprised. Or, well, with the recent price increases in gold, while and last but not least, the bond. Boom. You lost 3 rings. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not one who knows much about metal detecting yet. All right, and here we have our finished wire wrap. I get it. Autocorrupt sucks. Alright, everyone. Well, I need to check on my cat amongst some other things. Go get Monster and Boulder Opal. It's so hard to show it and like get the colors. And tanzanite. You know those $5 tanzanite pairs that I sell? That's them. Anyway, thank y'all for hanging out today for a little bit. We'll convene again Friday for another crafting live stream, and of course Saturday for a sales stream. Till then, I'm gonna try to figure out what my next couple projects gonna be. Yeah, this one turned out all right. I'm kind of happy with it. I'll put up a stream to show it off, or a short to show it off once I get it fully polished. Oh wow, we got 17 thumbs ups today. Wow, thank you everyone for that. I really appreciate that. We were just doing a little informal hangout too. Anyway, y'all have a good one. I'll catch you on the flip side. Technically, that would be next or tomorrow, though. So next week, but yeah, y'all get it. Till next time, everyone. Ooh, is that 19? Oh, do we got one more person who can hit that? Wait, hold up here. Before I end, Haha! 20. I cheated. But I still got it. Sorry. Alright. Y'all have a good one. Oh, we got 21. Nice. Got it without me.